Welcome back to yet another player profile. We are here with Jim and Elaine. So without further ado, I would like to bring them up on the stream.
Hi.
Hey, Jim and Elaine, how are you? How's everything going?
Very good. Very good. Just need a haircut.
There you go. We all do. We definitely all do. I want you to do a little give us a little background on you for those of you who don't know you with the Down to the Felt family. Tell us how you got involved in this and how you started with us in the very beginning.
This started 10 years ago when a friend of mine, Harry Wochuck and Roe, she passed away, but they used to play, and he got me started one day, and we fell in love with it. We played, it's been 10 years now?
At least, yeah.
We started playing at Houlihan's.
Houlihan's, yeah.
And the Harrigans were real nice to us, and we got to know everybody, and we just played 2 or 3 nights a week, and that's what we've been doing for 10 years.
Wow.
And we enjoy it.
It's such a pleasure to have.
I really super miss it.
Yeah, she's worse than I am. She's like really missing it.
She's been in it. She's been in it to win it. You've taken it down one time, and Elaine has been right there in the top 3.
She's been so close. She's been so close, and she got better. I would say she. We play together. We seldom sit at the same table because she'll She'll take me out. She has no mercy.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. We were in a poker game in Florida. It was $7,000 prize, and we were at the next to the final table, and the guy next to her made a bet, and whatever it was, she called it or whatever, and the 2 young guys next to me started snickering and going, boy, she doesn't know what she's doing. So I looked at him and I said, listen, she's my wife. She's been playing for a long time. She knows what she's doing. Well, about 5 minutes later, I think the next hand, a guy made a call. I went all in to push him out. She's behind him. And for some reason, she calls me. I have pocket kings. She's got pocket queens. I look at her and I go, why are you calling me? We're on the final. If we don't make another bet, we're going to make $1,600 apiece. If we don't do a thing.
And she was trying to take you out.
She took me out, and the 2 guys on my left and right, they're blowing snot bubbles. They're laughing so hard. These guys were hysterical, and it took her a day to realize why would you do that? Why would you just we got the guy's money.
All I know is I came in. We all split a pot. There was 3 of us left.
She's playing to win. She's playing to win.
I go down to the bar. I go down to the bar to drown my sorrows, and she comes up all happy. She came in like 5th or something. Third. And I went, oh my God. I said, we both could have been on the final 2. We both would have been, oh my God.
Right. She was trying to win. How did you guys meet? Let's start at the beginning. How did you guys originally meet?
Right, let's not get too crazy here.
Oh boy.
We met at I don't know if you're probably too young for the Royal Manor.
Okay.
Which was Sipperstein's and is now a pizza place on 35 and Wall.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Jersey natives.
Yeah. So he decided to, I met him at the door and I just brushed him off. Well, evidently he waited for me all night. So.
Did he?
He'll finish up, but let's not get too crazy.
All right,
wow! You censoring him? You can't censor him on the late night cast.
Censor me. Wait a minute. Because this was so.
Don't you dare!
I chased her around the bar because it was one of these things. They had to go the other way through the crowd. You had to slide through. And finally, I found her again. So I said, "Why'd you blow me off?" Blah, blah, blah. And I had just broken up with my girlfriend, and she had just broken up with her boyfriend. So I said, "Well, tell me about it." And she started. He has 2 broken ankles, and he breaks up with me. So I looked at the bartender. I said, 2 tequilas, and that started it. By the end of the night, she hates when I tell this story, but it went down great.
We had a good time.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love you guys. You guys are so much.
It was really like a grudge thing. Follow me home.
Right.
But then that's how we met.
9 months later, your first child was born. No, I'm only
No,
kidding.
no, 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 no,
We waited a long time, but
no.
I'll,
No.
I'll tell you what. From that day on, we've been together, and she's like, we're stuck to the hip here, and we
You
have
are
been for a long time.
Yeah,
you are
we're
two of the happiest people. Like you both exude like nothing but happiness and positive vibes. I appreciate that about you guys. That's why I've been dying to have the both of you on this cast. I
Well,
am.
yeah. Well, I got to be honest with you. You know, uh, I grew up in North Bergen, and there wasn't we weren't involved in sports and stuff like that, but I was always kind of active. So anyway, when I met him, he was playing tennis. I didn't know how to play tennis, so he taught me how to
Okay.
play, and I got decent at it. And then after that, then he taught me how to ski, which I became really good at skiing. So anything
Okay.
he taught me, I became very good at. So,
that's why we
'cause-
play golf
so
together.
everything, I am. I never realized how competitive I really was.
Yeah,
But once I learned something, or I always try to better myself.
and that's her problem. She's always. That's why she's such a challenging card. You can't. She always wants to win. We play
I get
golf
it.
with two other guys, and she's keeping score, and she's not letting you off. And if she's getting strokes, she's letting you know it. And
And talking smack, huh?
yeah, she's always
Yeah.
been that way. She's
So
been my right hand.
you
Uh,
guys have some amazing stories. So now I've referred to
uh,
you as one of the luckiest men I know, not only for meeting Elaine, but
uh,
also let's tell some of your backstory. So now you first get together since that night, stuck at the
uh,
hip.
all right.
Okay.
From there, as a matter
I
of
don't
fact,
even know where to go.
we
from
were
there.
we were living together, and I was in the car business, and I lost a job, and I actually what happened was I was the other girlfriend had left, and I missed the plane on the way to Florida. I meet a high school guy, and he says, "Come with me. We're going to sell motorcycles. I have a motorcycle shop. I'm the sales manager, and you know, we need, it was the gas crisis, if you remember at the time.
Okay.
So I said, okay.
The
So
70s gas prices.
when I get there,
You
it's
know,
a
he's not
small,
gonna
it's a
remember
small
that.
place on Route One, and when I get there, my boss is 23. I was 22. And from the car business, I explained to him that he's wasting a lot of time putting motorhomes here. Let's get rid of the motorhomes. We'll build a used car lot and go from there. Well, there was 5 or 6 guys, and we ended up, to make a long story short, we got the first Honda car franchise in the state.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Open Road Honda, and for 17 years I worked for them. We built stores. We were making so much money as kids. The accountants would go, "You got to buy another store." So we got Acura. We had another Honda store. I
Wow.
left with profit sharing after 17 years with 100%. I was the only person vested 100%. So when I left, I had some money, and all I wanted to do was get out of the car business and buy a deli.
Okay.
Worst mistake I ever made. Bought the deli. I went in for 3 days.
Oh,
Me out.
Yeah.
I
wait. Say
called
that
my
one more
boss
time.
back,
One more
and
time, because I messed up. Say that one more time so the crowd hears it.
we bought the deli,
Yep.
and we had like 11 employees. I had a butcher shop and everything. It was a big operation. I was in there 3 days, and they threw me out.
Yep, you're out of here.
I mean, gone.
Really?
We couldn't work around him. He just
I-
didn't know.
I
It
hated
was not his.
Not my thing. I had a suit and tie on every day. So anyway, I called my boss back, and I said, "Listen, I made a mistake." So he says, "Well, you're going to have to live with it. I'll buy Wall Honda and give you Wall Honda." Well,
Okay.
he buys Wall Honda 6 months later, and he gives it to his brother. His brother worked for me for 13 years. We tried it for about a year and a half. Uh, it just wasn't going to work out with two guys.
Yeah.
And
Well, not his brother. Anyway.
he was. Anyway, I left there, and I started to wholesale the trades. And the store was doing fine. I mean, it was doing great. And then her dad, who came from Florida to run it for us, got cancer.
Well, that
Oh,
was way
man.
later. That was
Well,
way
this
later.
goes on about 8, 10 years. And he has cancer, and he passes away. But before he did that, he would take the lottery machine, and he'd go put the tickets in the lottery machine. Well,
Okay.
then he'd throw them in the garbage after you fill out the numbers. Well, my mother-in-law, who was living with us, would go in the garbage and take out the tickets, and she saved them. And every day she played them in the machine. And one day after a year, exactly a year, as a matter of fact, she came up the stairs and she said, "Look at this. It was $8.5 million." So
She goes,
my
I
mo-
hit the
my
lottery.
mother-in-law hit the
Wow,
lottery.
And I
this
went,
is
what?
crazy. Most people don't know this about you. This is go ahead.
I no,
$8.5 million. What year was
uh,
this?
96,
96. Yeah, 96.
1996. What's up? People are all
So
chiming in too. I don't know if you see it, but he said, "You both look
Oh.
great," says Phil Dulane. That's my aunt and uncle. Love you. And then we
Ah.
also, Bernie, he said, "Hi, Elaine and Jim. You two look great. You do look great." And we have a lot of stories to go. Ron said, "Hope everyone is well." But wait, we've just got to the point where you just hit $8.5 million in 1996.
yes.
Yep.
Go
So
ahead. I'm going to step back.
now
Tell this.
now in '96, you couldn't just get the 3 million. You had to. We
Wait, my
took
mom split it with my brother
yeah,
and
right. We got 3 million apiece basically, and what happened was we were getting checks for like I think it was like 150,000, you know,
I every year.
every year. So it was working out good, but I still never stopped working. I wholesaled cars. I just stayed in the car business. At the but this is where it gets really good. At the end of the 20 years, the lottery went up. My mother was 92.
Wow.
She had dementia. She was falling out of bed. She broke a leg. She broke a hip. And my two best friends from high school, one of my best friends from high school at the high school
50th
reunion,
class
50th class reunion, says to me, "I got something going here that I'm making something that might help your mom. And it's a machine that'll draw the urine from her and she'll be able to stay in bed." So I said, "Well, when you get the first machine, send it to me."
Okay.
Well, I put it on my mother, and it's called PureWick. And there's a thing that goes between their legs, and there's a machine that sucks the urine. Well, in about 2 weeks,
Instead of a Foley catheter, what it is, it's on the outside and it actually wicks away the urine from the body so you don't get infections or, UTIs or bed sores and,
Gotcha.
all the stuff that goes
and the
along
main
with
thing
it.
is she stayed in bed. At night, I had the iPad next to me, and I'm going, I can hear her, I got to get up. And, I couldn't even keep a nurse. It was really terrible. Well, the machine works. So I called Mike and I said, "Listen, I could do this. I sold cars on my, but I could do this. I'm going to get this in the hospitals." He said, "Well, I got to check with the board and this and that. You have no." I said, "Mike, I could do this, and I'm not going to take no." Well, I start taking the machine to different hospitals. First of all, here's the best part. I'm writing letters and making phone calls to hospitals tonight. I'm not playing poker. She's getting dressed every night. "See you later. I'm going to go
I'm
play
out of
poker."
here. I'm
And coming to play with it down to the felt. I love it.
I was like, yeah, for 3 months, she's breaking. I didn't play poker. I'm on the phone. I'm doing emails.
I said, you chose to do that, not me.
So one night, I took her to a bar and I said, "Take out your phone." I said, "I just got a deal at 10% of the gross of the whole East Coast. Now there's maybe
Wow.
11 people on each floor. They're going to pee 4 times a day. You're going to make 60 cents every time somebody pees. There's 78 hospitals, and we have the whole East Coast. Figure it out."
Wow.
She does the numbers. She goes,
Okay.
"Okay, I'm in." Well,
You got her away from the tables, honest.
I'm all
oh
in.
yeah, got her
I'm
away
all
from
in.
it. Well, that's why we were disappearing for
Yeah,
a
we
while.
did,
We were
we
coming
did.
home from night from hospitals and stopping in.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we did this. Listen, if we
2.5
sold every
years.
wick we could make, we would have made 15,000. We were doing this for my mother, and it was kind of on my dime for quite a while.
Yep.
And I went in.
But you believed in the product.
I believed
Right.
it. To the point where I'm not leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
I would make apologies right up front. I'm not a rep. I'm an advocate. I don't even work. I'm not even getting paid for this. But
Yeah.
you have to see this, and I'm not leaving till you put it on a patient. And then we'd give them 30, wicks. Well, her and I did 100 hospitals, and my friend Terry Morton, who lives down in Virginia, he took the Southeast, and Michael Jackson, who was our vice
West
president,
Coast.
he did the California coast. And we put it in enough hospitals that we got bought by Bard Pharmaceuticals for a shitload of money.
And that was your
Wow.
second time hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
Oh, it made the lottery look small.
That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus
we got lucky, but
we
we definitely,
we worked
and even
for
in the
2.5
deli, I
years.
worked my butt off.
Yeah, you put your time in for it.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
Yeah.
but you know what?
Absolutely.
You guys are lucky in love, lucky in cards. I've never met somebody with so much luck.
I know. That's
Yeah,
why. That's
it is.
and I've had
So
people
blessed.
But
really.
he scared me this time, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're a little scared now, but uh, like I said, I'll say what as
Yeah,
it happened.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, we get paid for the next 15 years on PureWick. I go in
So
the hospital
wait, how
every
crazy is it? Let's clear that up. As soon as your annuities ran out from your lottery winning,
right.
Yep.
you sell the
Went to
company,
work.
you get your portion, and you have a
No,
new
first we
annuity.
worked 2 years, two and a
Well,
half
Yeah.
years.
worked very well. Wait, was the lottery still the annuities
No,
was still going? Oh no,
no,
this was
no,
in
no.
between.
This was the lottery was over, and now
Then
I
there was a
didn't need a
2 years of
job.
hard work.
Right, two
Oh,
years of
yeah.
work,
Yeah,
and
24/7, and I mean 24/7.
yeah,
I
we're
remember.
Because
I remember seeing you. You guys were gone. You'd be away on weekends, going here, going there.
right.
I remember it.
Not only did we have to do all the presentations to the hospitals and have them start trials, we also had to do what they call in-services. That means we had to go back and actually teach each unit how to use the product. So you're in a hospital and you have to go to ICU this station, you had to go to another station, you had to do the whole hospital. Emergency, you name it, we had to do it. So not only did we do that, I mean, we not only did we try and sell the product, we had to actually do the in-services once they decided to do the trials.
the beauty
Gotcha.
of
So
it.
it was just constant.
Yeah, it was
Constant.
nonstop. We were getting home. We actually stopped at poker. Like sometimes we were coming from a hospital up north.
Yeah.
We'd stop in at geez,
Oh God, I don't remember the name.
the one on the beach in
Oh, Union
Union.
Beach.
Union
Oh,
Beach.
UB
Union.
Social. Yep.
Yeah,
Be social, right?
that was fun. But we that was our day. We did a lot.
Aw.
Well, now who's that? Who's my goal?
That Kerry says, "Love you guys." I always
Yeah.
say my goal in life is to be Jim and
I
Elaine when
love
I
them.
grow up.
Well, when we were
The whole Panza family, I love them.
yeah, when we were in Vegas, they were in Vegas with us. We had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
And Anthony beat me in one of the other finals.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Twice I
Yeah.
ran into him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a two-time winner now. I like that. He
I
was
know.
good.
I know. You see the
But-
skill rise to the top. You guys are hit. I remember Jim's win vividly. It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was
Look, Go ahead. I don't want to slow down your story because now, right
Oh.
now, you're going through a very interesting phase in your life too.
yeah. Well, what happened? Everything's been going great. The money's been coming in from PureWick, and we're really enjoying the fact that what we did is affecting women all over the country. No matter where I go, I get an email from somebody. I was just in the hospital and they put PureWick on me. I get that from the other day. I got a call from a friend said I just saw PureWick on CNN.
That's amazing. That's just as important as the money, right? Like it.
Things, yeah, it makes me feel so good. And when I go into the hospital, and believe me, I've been in the hospitals. I'll go into that. I always tell them, "Well, I'm PureWick," and they treat me like gold. The nurses
nice.
just come in; they want to
Oh,
know
yeah.
all about it. How did you do it, Mister Pure? I mean, it's just amazingly you become part of the club because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
helps so much. And I drop that dime as much as I can. I use the shit out of that.
If
Really.
you got it, why not use it?
Yes,
you
he
can't let me
does.
die.
Yes,
Oh,
he does.
Do you use PureWick here? Matter of fact, the hospital I was just in, they use it on every female patient.
That's amazing.
When I mentioned it, they just fell over. Oh my God, you're the guy that brought PureWick. I said, well, I started it in Northeast, but somebody else down here, and there's only 3 guys. We brought it to the country. Now Bard is owned by Becker Dixon. That's worldwide, so they're taking this product worldwide.
Wow.
For women with incontinence, you'll start seeing the commercials on TV with the machine. But hospitals don't need the machine; they just need the wick. And with
Because they
that
hook
wick,
up to
hook it up to the wall vacuum system, spread the labia, spread the gluten, put it in there, just lay it on, and when they pee, it just goes in the tube and up.
That's
And
great.
It keeps
It
them.
is,
There's
it
no
is.
more bed sores. There's no more caudy, and like this hospital does all these heart problems here, and the women come out and
Yeah.
and I know how it is to have. Well, let me tell you what happened to me.
Go ahead. Let's
In
do
July-
this story. I want to hear this.
Yeah, in July, I had back pain, backache, this type of thing. I had stenosis in 5 and 1 taken out. Uh, After they took it out, I was still in pain, terrible pain. And what happened was they found a bone chip in 2 so that they had to go in. Then after they took the bone chip out, the next operation, they had a blood clot. And then they also found a cyst that was getting into 5, and that was causing me all the pain. So for a couple months, I was down. I mean, I couldn't walk. It was brutal.
It's so
Well,
amazing,
I finally,
right?
their pain management guy went in, killed that nerve, and I felt great. So I had a blockage in my right leg that was causing my right calf to swell up and cramp. I couldn't walk well. So I decided to have that done. Well, I had that done, so they went in for my groin and they put a thing all through the top of my leg, the stitches on the knee, which you saw, and it caught sepsis. I came to Florida and the seam opened up. I didn't take good care of myself. I tried to fix it myself. Bottom line is I get sepsis.
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 Sepsis. She is correct.
Yeah.
I'll always correct him.
Well, that's what she's here for. She's my backup. I could cry in an interview and she says as well as mom died. And she's my backup.
She's there for you. That's why she's been been by your side.
Oh yeah, I have 104 temperature, and I ended up having a heart attack on the way to the hospital.
Oh my God.
Shaking,
See, a lot of our
some.
people don't know this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, this doctor comes in. At first, I was so gone that the anesthesiologist comes in and says, "I'm not putting him out. He's not going to come back. You know, it's too late." And this Dr. Hollaby at this hospital, looks at her and he says, "You do your job or go home." And they put me out. He cleaned up the septus. I was in the hospital for about 9 days, and now for my heart, they bring me into the cath room. Well, it turns out my heart is so blocked that they couldn't even get the caths in. So now I need 5 bypasses, they tell me.
5
here I am in Florida,
bypasses.
waiting.
We were in Florida we got here on the 21st. He was in the hospital on the 24th. I wanted to take him to the hospital the night before because his fever was up to 102.9. And I said, "No, this is not right. You know, I got to call emergency." No, I'll be fine.
I was stupid.
Well, his fever did go down. So I went, okay, maybe it's just me. So the next day he was sort of like, okay. And then once 4 or 5 o'clock came, he started heating up again. So I said, okay. When it went to 104, I said, that's it. I'm done. I called 911. They took him in. And he actually he was so cold, he was just shivering so bad, he actually gave himself a heart attack in the emergency room.
Oh my God. They said it was brought on from all the conditions in the body.
The stress, the fever. I was shaking so much.
Yeah. So, I mean, his heart isn't that great anyway, but
I already had blockages, so that didn't help. But meanwhile, I'm in no pain now. I played golf a few days ago. When I came out of the hospital, I had a wound vac machine that I had to carry around that was sucking the fluid out of the infection. And then I had another machine attached to me that put the medicine in.
The antibiotics.
The antibiotic. And I had to wear that for 6 weeks. And then I had a heart thing, a vest that goes on that has paddles that if I have fibrillation, I'm going to get shocked.
That's a lot. You have a lot going on at this point.
So
for
6 weeks, it was nuts. For 6 weeks, we've been down here. I really couldn't do much. I was strapped to everything. She's been doing everything. It was really tough. Now they took the 2 machines off, and I took off the heart thing. I just can't take it anymore. I got to get some sleep. It was like wearing a bomb. You know, if it got
it's like the reverse, right? The reverse of a bomb vest. It's just only going to take you with the shock.
You look like a terrorist vest.
Yes, it did.
And it said that if it goes off premature, like if you don't have the fibrillation and it goes off, then that could kill you. And one night I had water in bed. I spilled it. I got it wet. I threw it. I took it off me. I threw it away. It comes back. You know.
Wires all over the place.
Man.
Oh my goodness!
It was so much stress sleeping with that thing. So it's in a drawer now. I'm not going in.
He's not doing it. He's not.
I told the doctor today. I said I just can't do that anymore. You know, well, you can't be playing. Well, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down. You know, so I don't know when I can't leave the state. I can't come back. All my records and all the stuff, the pre-op stuff I've been through here with CAT scans and stuff. So they're all ready to go. They're not doing elective surgery right now, but I'm not elective, and not if I'm wearing this suit. So
Gotcha.
on the 14th of May, I have a meeting with the surgeon, and we're going to plan what we're going to do with the heart.
And you're gonna do it down there.
I'm going. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I trust.
We're not coming back up there right now.
I
Not
can't
with
come back to
everything that's
Jersey.
going
If
on.
I get this COVID-19, I'm dead.
Florida isn't as bad as it is up there, but some places are. So we feel a little safer here, even though we would love to come home. I miss my grandkids.
No, I agree with that. How are you
know,
staying
we
quarantined? Are you
FaceTime them
guys
every
staying
day.
in the house, just the two of you?
Oh, I,
Well, pretty much. Don't get me wrong. We do go out, to do certain things. We went to the nursery and I bought a whole bunch of plants just to keep us busy. I've been planting
palm
plants
trees and
and,
planters.
all of
and-
that stuff. I have ordered groceries online and had them delivered, but I do go because
I don't go anywhere.
He
I mean,
does
I'll
it.
go in the car. I won't go out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I will. I'm with 35% already on the heart down. For
Yeah,
me to
God
go out-
forbid you get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
No,
stay away
I,
from it.
But we're careful. We wear the masks when we do go out, gloves, whatever. I bring alcohol with me. I spray it all over the place. Once I come out of a place, and the people down here, most of them are pretty good. You'll see
Yeah.
a
they're
few
all-
people not wearing a mask, like, what's wrong with you? Are you stupid? But so at this point, I mean, I would love my grandkids to come down here right now, but we just can't take that chance.
And that was another bad thing. When I was in the hospital, my daughter flew in
Oh yeah.
because she knew I had the heart attack and everything. And
We didn't
Yeah.
know if he was going to make it at that point.
yeah,
He
so
was
she
still
flew in for the afternoon.
He was still in ICU, hooked up to everything, and we just didn't know if he was going to make it through sepsis. So we flew her. I had her come down. She came down early Friday morning. I went to pick her up. We go to the hospital, and then we go to lunch down the street real quick. And while we were there, she gets a phone call from her sister-in-law that Joe, her ex-sister-in-law, that her ex-husband, who had stage 4 lung cancer, all of a sudden he was on life support. Well, he just did chemo that Tuesday, so it was shocking. No one expected that to happen.
The worst part was that.
Jeez.
So anyway, I flew her home the next day, so she wasn't even here for she was here one day.
Now, does she have children with her ex-husband?
Yes, she has my
That's
two
tough.
Kids,
grandkids.
they live across the
Yeah.
street, and of course they want Pop home.
Yeah.
Pop
Have you?
wants to be home, and I told the doctors. With matter of fact, right after that, the surgeons walked in because of the heart thing, and I told them, I said, "Listen, you got to work on that. I need this, and I got to get home to my grandkids." And it was a really stressful time because I really felt that I had to make it now. I'm going to put up a fight now.
Do you guys get a
really.
chance to like FaceTime them or
Every
talk
day.
to them every
Oh,
day?
FaceTime.
I FaceTime them every day. She teaches them how to cook.
My granddaughter calls me, Nana, how do I make this? Nana, how do I make that? So I actually walk her through making different breakfasts and so on and so forth.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the cutest thing, and I love every second of it.
Okay, the other night, strufoli, the little balls, the
Yeah,
Italian with the sprinkles.
I grew up with that.
So I see the recipe online. It's a little Italian guy, and he's mixing it with his fingers. Don't do that.
With
No.
Italian accent.
It was glue on my hands. I couldn't hold the phone to show her, and I mean it was stuck. But I did make it, and that's how bored we are.
How did it taste? How did it come out, Elaine? How was it?
Came out
Good. I never liked those even as a kid. So
I hear you. Did you
it's-
have like the
Every time I
little
go by, I
dried
take a
fruit that
couple
goes on it? Those little pieces of dried fruit I remember being mixed on it.
No.
the little candy, the little things that snap in your teeth. Those little.
Yeah, those little
Sprinkles.
candy things. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sprinkles, and then there was these little candy things that they used to put on them. It was crazy.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
got me two.
But
kinds.
anyway, he keeps saying that we're bored. I'm not bored. I always keep myself busy. I mean, today I got up, I washed all the floors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I keep busy. I mean, first of all, he can't do anything, so I have to do it.
And you have a new house down there, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But you guys have always frequented Florida. Yeah, show us. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, first
How do
of
you
all,
do that?
let me see if I can. Well, I'm gonna have
Flip
to go.
here. Flip.
Flip.
We're gonna flip.
I'm not gonna lie. I am jealous that I am not quarantined down in Florida. I bet the weather's gorgeous right now. Look at how nice this is. You have the pool right there.
Wait. Oh, wait. Here, sit down.
Oh, okay.
This is the pool.
Right off the living room. So nice.
Oh, it's even better that way.
Look at how nice.
Yeah. Now that's the living room right behind her. And then over here to the left is the bedroom.
How's the weather?
Oh, it's 82 every day. You can't beat it. It's the bedroom.
Very nice. That's where the magic happens, guys.
And that's it. And then I come out this door. Now you got to see the view here in the daytime. It's all palm trees and there's a pond. Now we go.
Gorgeous, huh?
Living room. And that's
how nice.
Front door.
What area are you in down there in Florida?
Venice, Florida.
West Coast.
Venice.
And
very nice.
So I go from my bedroom door across here and into here, which is the den and
so nice
kitchen, and it's all open.
What a perfect setup.
I'm telling you, we love it. We feel a little guilty because every morning I get up, I go in the jacuzzi.
Don't feel
94.
You deserve that. John Bokelman has a little question for you guys. He asked, are you guys playing any heads-up poker down there while you're down there? And if so, who is winning?
You know what?
No. First, you can get on Party Poker. Of course, we're in Florida,
we're
so
out
I
of
can't.
state.
I don't know what other.
You know what? I'm going to send you the link, but I'm going to do a game on Thursday night on Party Poker. It's not going to be like a cash game, but we're going to play all of us that can't play in New Jersey. So, because all the Staten Islanders want to play, I would love to have you guys involved in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Ready.
I'm ready. Absolutely.
You know what? Ron Sortino, like Bernie, like all the guys that don't live in Jersey are like, why don't we get any poker too? So we're going to do a home game version for all of us.
Great.
Yeah, and Jonathan Cruz, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm sorry about your dad.
I'm sorry about his dad too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm never. I don't go on Facebook. Hardly.
Did you see his?
Man.
I agree, right? I agree, right? Shit. So you did see the interview.
Yeah, I saw that interview.
Ryan was so mad at me that he couldn't co-host this one because he was dying to co-host this with you. He's like, there are very few people. He's like, I need to be the co-host. He's like, why wouldn't you schedule this further in advance? I didn't know I have work in the morning. But he's so mad he couldn't be on this with you. Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys were like the first couple of Down to the Felt from down south forever. Rank right up there in the favorite nicest people category. You guys are right there with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I can't even tell you how much I miss everybody and how much I miss playing poker. And I don't know any sites, I guess you can call like Party Poker or whatever, that I could actually join down here because I'd rather play for money because it's more fun.
I hear you. It is. I totally agree.
Usually when we come down, we go down to
the Hard
Rock and whatever tournaments are in, we're in. Usually once or twice a week, and like I said,
those are closed too. So.
I was just on a cast and we were just talking about that. Like, how is I think it's going to be the last thing back, but I love live poker. I love live poker.
Yeah,
even Party Poker, I do very well on Party Poker. I just or 888. You put me in a I do better in tournaments, to be honest with you. I just play different for some reason or other.
Yeah. And more methodical.
Yeah. So I do well, so and I do miss that also. So I just don't. I even tried going on. Was it WPT? But I have to be registered in New Jersey because
Oh yeah, so WSOP you have to be in New Jersey. Carrie said she misses you guys too. But
thanks, Carrie.
Now I have no affiliation with them, but there is a club WPT that's like $30 a month, and you guys could play from anywhere in the U.S. So
WPT, the World Poker Tour, isn't it?
yeah, it's the World Poker Tour, but it's like a monthly club. I'm gonna try and get you all the info for that because I do want you to have stuff to do.
But I thought I was on World Poker 2, WPT. I have the app.
Oh, maybe.
Is that the same thing?
It might be. I think so. Richard Pucci, Lou Koch. I don't know if you remember him from down south, but he said he didn't know you guys were going through all this. He's glad that everything is working out.
Oh,
See, this is why we do this, is so we could check in on each other. This is a tough time because we don't get to have these meetings across the table where you're like, oh, how's life? How's this? How's that?
Oh, this is the strangest things any of us have lived through.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because I always was afraid of something like this. You know what I'm saying? And
she reads too many books.
Yeah, I do.
Did you see that movie, that Contagion movie?
Oh, well, that was years ago. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Contagion was years ago.
Contagion. But it mimics it because it had like I heard the technical director was like a top epidemiologist. Right. Yeah, so this is just following the pattern of what happens when these things happen. So it's very close to it. So the movie seems like it's predicting the future, but it's really just what eventually happens, right? Every 100 years or so.
Well, it'll be on Homeland or something,
Yeah.
They pick up on these things,
right?
Yeah. So we've been watching a lot of TV. I'm even getting bored with that.
Did you see the Tiger King yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And I think he's totally innocent, by the way.
Do you?
Oh, I'm not innocent, but he was telling, we should kill her. I mean, that was part of his shtick. But the two guys that ended up with his business, that one guy who was just a stone rat, and the guy that ended up with his business, I don't know. I think they should let the guy out. I really know.
Free the Tiger King. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I really. I mean, come on, it's a personality. I mean, just look at this guy. I mean, he's Ryan.
He's Ryan. Ryan, did you hear that? I have to ask you guys to rank Ryan. Scale of 1 to 10. Rank Ryan. Go ahead.
Oh, I love Ryan. I don't want to put numbers on it. I just.
We make everybody do this.
Well, he's an A personality, and I love his kid. I love the way his
kid's not looking like him. His kid is a 20 on a scale of 1 to 10. Adorable, adorable.
Absolutely. He's a Democrat, and I break his balls all the time.
I appreciate that, but he looks like he would be staunch Republican, but he's definitely a very, very liberal in his mindset. But he breaks both ways.
He calls Jimmy his Republican friend.
I know. It's so funny because I never do like either politics and religion, but with certain people, like I'll let them do their thing, and I almost feel like we're gonna have a cast where we bring on 3 and 3, and I'm not even gonna talk in it, and we're gonna do debate questions back and forth.
He
would love that. Go ahead.
But I go back and forth with high school friends that, after I rough them up, I apologize. Sorry. Oh my God.
And the funny thing is, I don't even label myself. I either like you or I don't. So it has nothing to do with.
I don't take political sides. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't think I've ever lost a friend. I've got high school friends, and it's amazing. Even my partners were high school, and I keep in touch with all these people. And
that it is amazing that you started a business at a 50th high school reunion. That's incredible. Incredible.
Well, what's incredible, Terry down south. Terry grew up. First of all, I'll tell you about Terry and Mike. Mike was football captain, probably the toughest kid in school type thing. Voted most popular. Terry was president of senior class. He scored 4 touchdowns a game, and he was most athletic. I was most.
We watched Ozark. It was.
I was voted most talkative.
That was Ron.
I could see that, Jim. I could definitely see that you could be most talkative.
We ran all the superlatives. When I met the doctor that owns the company, we met in Vegas, and I said, "Boy, did you hit the trifecta from Scotch Plains High School?" Oh my God!
She was so afraid of Jimmy. She thought he was in the mafia. I swear to God.
Yeah, she
really.
It was hysterical. It was so funny until she met us, and she goes, "Oh, you're not so bad."
Actually, she really liked us. From the time we met her in in Vegas. She asked us to do Atlanta, Georgia with her. And we went to Georgia and we did a show with her. And she owns, I mean, she's making a whole lot of money. She owns the company. And she, great woman, she trusts me. She, you know, you can have,
She was good. She
you
was
know,
good.
she just,
Keys to
I
the
like her.
kingdom.
yeah, I, with no experience, of course they wanted experienced guys, but you're not going to outsell me. You're not,
Yep.
nobody's ever done it. And who are you going to get that's better? I'm not leaving until I get the deal here. I go into, I'm the only person that told, I went to Meridian and the buyer from Meridian called us in Vegas. She goes, who are you? You can't be telling people this person's using it. You're the most unethical rep. I said, first of all, I'm not a rep. All right. I'm an advocate. I don't work for anybody. I could say and do what I want. I could walk in the hospital. I can do. She goes, well, you got this product. I want to see it. Well, I go in to meet her and I, and we bring the machine, and she gives me a rat. You're 2.5 years out. This thing looks like it's made in a garage, which it was. I mean, she really gave me a heart. She goes, don't ever step in one of my hospitals again. I said, okay. So we put it in Atlantic Health, Barnabas. We got it in all the major.
Robert Wood
Johnson got it in all of them. Well,
Yep.
She calls me one day. We did a show in Rhode Island. She says, you went in one of my hospitals. She goes, I have a nurse that came in here with your product. And I said, no, I go to do a show and I give the product out. And they're bringing it to you. She goes, you're lying. You're a liar. You went in my hospital.
Oh, she was brutal.
I said,
Wow.
let me tell you, Maureen Brackman's her name.
Don't
Wow, right on blast. I'm going to have to blur that. Go ahead.
I said, listen, I don't need to lie to you. First of all, let me explain something to you. I own a little piece of this company, and between you and your 10-year job, you're never going to get it. So go fuck yourself.
I swear to
Wow.
God, that's what he told her. I went, you what? I'm sitting there.
Anyway,
wow.
couple months go by, and now it's in almost all the hospitals in Jersey. I get a call from Hackensack, Meridian. They
Okay.
would like to get a presentation. I said, no way. They said, why? I said, have a director call me. Well, they called me up, and I said, here's what happened with her. I even taped her from the first call she gave me. Oh, yeah. I said, she almost knocked us out of business. She almost discouraged me, but she pissed me off enough that I was determined to get it through. I said, but you're not getting it. Well, back and forth, they talked me into coming in and giving the presentation. And I figured the only reason I'm going, because they're going to put me and her in the same room with a bunch of directors, and I'm going to cut her throat.
Right.
And bottom line is, I went in, I did the presentation. She wasn't there. They bought the product. All they did was want it, and then we sold it to Bard. Well, they called Bard and said, we were dealing with Jim Pasquariello. We ordered 1,000 wicks. And they said, well, we just shut it down because we're not going to put them out until we have enough production. We have 50 reps now that need, so we're shutting it down for 3 months. So they wouldn't even give it to them. But that was one of my, if you ever had a chance to tell somebody to go fuck off.
The pinnacle moment, right?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you how great this, I would be waiting in a room with 2 or 3 other reps to make a presentation. And they go, are you the guy that told Maureen to go fuck herself?
Of course, they can't do that.
I was going to say, they probably all wanted to do it, but nobody was able to do
They
it.
all wanted, they all knew her. They all, please. And, I was, to me, listen, right now, almost every hospital is using it. It's going worldwide. We did the right thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without her.
Yeah. When you finally got her off the poker table to help you, I agree.
Table,
God, and I missed every second.
That was the hardest thing.
Let me tell everybody out there, I can vouch that she is an asset to her husband because he couldn't even get on this live stream without her. She was the one that got us across this computer screen.
On the iPad, I couldn't get on the live stream.
This man took a product from a garage to every hospital in America. He couldn't get on the live stream on an iPad without his wife. So this was a team effort. Team effort. For sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. She drove me around, made reservations. Oh my God. She did a lot.
Absolutely.
So how's it going up there? Oh, your battery's going low. I got to get a charger.
I got 10% on the battery. How's it going up there?
Here, let me get you.
Up here, it's going. I mean, it's going. We're trying to adapt to a new normal and do some different stuff. I'm happy that you were able to check in on Jonathan's interview. With overall, there's a lot of positive, good lining to all of this. But we're having a couple of rough times. We lost. I was very good friends with. We lost one of the bar owners that was I considered a very good friend up in from Amsterdam Alley, Tomac, who I was very upset about that. Jonathan's dad, very upsetting. But we have a couple guys beating it too, like Keith Rogers had beat it already. It's just crazy. It's such a tumultuous time that we're trying to give like an outlet for this so we get to connect and see each other and talk. And I'm enjoying that part of it. I feel like at least people I was fortunate enough that I know a little bit more of your story than most, Jim. But I think everybody needs to hear your story. You have a great story, as do so many of our other players and stuff. And I think it's fun to connect and we could watch each other and learn about each other. Some of our I was gonna say
there's some people that really know me, because there's a lot of backstories even onto this whole thing from the Army to oh my God.
He can tell.
I can tell you
he's a great
stories.
storyteller.
I can tell you stories all night.
We can be really here for a week if you really.
You're engaging. That's what was so fun. I was so happy to see you. I didn't want to bother you because I did see you going through everything. And then when we reached out on Facebook and I'm like, would you be able to join us? You're like, yep, let's go. I was like, yes. I was so excited. You're one of the many, many fun stories out there. And the both of you are always smiling, always a pleasure. Like I've never had an issue with either one of you guys at a table. Like it's, that's what it's all about. It's all about having a good time.
One of the things I learned from and playing ball with Terry and Mike, we played football together. We're sportsmen, and you have to learn how to lose. You have to shake hands and say, "Great game." Losing is as important having a good attitude as winning.
Sometimes it's better for you than winning.
I agree.
Even more important. And this is the things that I want to make sure I'm around to teach my grandkids. And that's doing the right thing and knowing when to say good job and back up is very important.
I got to tell you, even when I first started playing, and more when I started playing cards, other things I was okay with. But the first couple of years, if I lost or I did something stupid, I used to get so mad at myself and so discouraged. And finally, I said, "This is ridiculous. You just have to learn how to do it." So now I just laugh it off. It is what it is. You're either going to win, you're going to lose.
Exactly, and have a good time.
And have a good time. Absolutely, it's more about the people, and just having fun.
I'm sure people have heard my Barry Greenstein story.
Oh, you know what? Tell that story. That's a great story. You know what's funny? Lukács just said, heard some of these stories before, but I can listen to them over and over again. See that?
And believe me, I've heard them over and over.
Oh,
again.
I couldn't even imagine.
They're great.
Me and my wife have only been married months, and she feels like she's already heard all my stories. She's like, we got to get out of quarantine so you can do some new stuff to talk about.
Really? Yeah. But the Vegas story.
This is a great story. So for those who don't know, Jim won his way to Vegas by winning the TOC, and now I'm going to let him take over his experience while he was out there with Down to the Felt. Go ahead, Jim.
And it was fun. Shorty was there. The Panzers were there. Anyway, I get to the table the first morning, and there's 3 pros at my table, and the rest I don't know. And about a couple hours into it, Barry Greenstein, world champ, comes over and sits on my left. Now, the 3 pros go, "Hello, Barry." And you can tell they were upset he was at the table right away. And
he's one of the best players in the world.
I'm awestruck because he's like, one of my stars on TV. You see him. I'm sitting next to him. 3 or 4 hands into it. I'm the small blind. He's the big blind. And ace something comes on the board. I have king, queen. I check. He checks. Somebody made a bet. Next guy. There's only 2 of us in it. So we're checking it down. Another ace comes out. Okay, check. Another ace comes out. Now there's 3 aces on the board, and I have king, queen. So I go to him. How did I phrase this? I'm going to put you all in so I could say I was all in, And the minute I said that, he went call. And I was going to say, I just wanted to be all in with Barry Greenstein one time to say I was in with him. You know, he was sitting with the case ace.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
And I was like, I left the table, and the three pros are going, oh no, oh, how could he give him all those chips?
Do you know what the name of his book is?
Yeah, what?
Ace
I
on the
didn't even
River.
get the book.
Isn't
I
it?
didn't get the
Ace
book.
on the River.
I didn't even ask for the book. I got off the table. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe
Usually,
this.
whenever somebody knocks him out, he usually gives a book, and I think it's Ace on the River. I'm pretty sure that's his book. I got to check it,
Oh
which makes
my
this
God.
story that much better.
When he knocks somebody out, he gives him a
Oh,
book.
that is really funny.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask for the book. I was so embarrassed. All I wanted to do is say I was all in with Barry Greenstein. There was no money on the game. I mean, it was just me and him.
So it's even better that you got
There was no
knocked
need to
out
do
of the
that,
World Series by
except
Barry
I just-
Greenstein.
I just wanted to introduce myself. You know, the guys, and I just
That's
wanted to say
funny.
I was all in with you.
Carrie Panza just chimed in. She said, "I was there for that Barry Greenstein story."
Yes, she was.
That was horrible.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that was a shocker. That was a shock.
I-
I was like, huh.
I heard you guys partied hard with the Panzers out there. Yeah,
Oh,
that.
we really-
One or
I
two
just
nights,
fact checked
yeah.
it. His book is called Ace on the River, by the way. So that's an even better tidbit to the story.
Oh,
You have to
absolutely.
close with and then an ace came on the river, and I went home because he won the game.
Oh, that's funny.
I-
I
you know-
didn't know the name of the book myself. So.
It was just so stupid. We're just checking it down, and I just want to introduce myself, and I'm going to put you a link so I could say let him know I knew who he was. Kind of, I don't know what I did. I don't know why I did it. It was stupid. It was the
You
dumbest
didn't have
thing I
Elaine
did.
there for the better judgment. That's what she's there
Exactly.
for.
God. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I was out by the pool.
She would have been, if she was at the table, she would have fell over laughing. She would have, you asshole, you dope.
Right? That's why she has to take you out for that, so you don't make any silly moves.
Yeah, it wasn't even a move. It was like, oh God.
Carrie, miss you and your family.
Yeah.
She keeps posting.
We do miss
Yeah.
the Panzers, yeah. She
do,
was
I
all
do.
about it when she saw you guys were up for the interview. How did you guys? What was the first bar you played with us? Because Harry Wojcik brought you in. Houlihan's.
Wait, we went there.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing is we go to Houlihan's and we're sitting at the bar and we see people coming in and everybody's looking around. And for some reason or other, it was canceled that night, but there were people there that were, didn't know it was canceled. So we went, we look so forward to it. You know what I'm saying? And that night was canceled. So of course we came back another night.
Matter of fact, it was
Thank
Mike Harrigan
goodness.
Remember, he had his long hair and his tattoos and everything. And
Yep.
He befriended her. He really took her to gave her some lessons, and he was really nice
Oh,
to
that's
us.
nice.
Yeah.
And I got to know
always
his
liked
mom and
Mike.
dad,
Yeah.
pretty good.
The Harrigans were a good fit. They're a good poker family. I haven't seen Donna and Pat in a while. I think
Absolutely.
Pat. Yeah. And then Junebug, you guys played.
I get their email every now and then.
Junebug,
Junebug.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Junebug,
a lot of
Dave
people,
Hall, Steve Hall.
yeah.
I got to get them all involved in this Friday night game. I'm finding a lot of the players from back in the day are now starting to come play with us online because situations change, things happen, so they can't come out as much.
Right.
But we are getting a lot of them in. Kerry Panza said, "Miss you guys too." I'm telling you, this one's gonna get a lot of hits. If I had the whole day to promote this, like Brian said, we would have had a ton of viewers chiming in and out. We already have a ton of viewers, and it was on the last minute, but we just were able to get it up. But I'm so happy to hear from you guys, to see you both doing so well, which is
Yep,
nice.
We're doing good. We're doing
Yeah.
good. We're very, like you said, we are lucky. There's
I'm
no
fine
two ways
with
about
this
it.
operation too. I trust these doctors. The hospital did
Yeah.
a good job.
You got great color.
Yeah.
Floating around in the pool all day. I actually feel guilty. I call my grandkids, and I know it's snowing up there, terrible weather,
Cold
not-
or
cold
miserable
and
or
miserable.
dreary.
And I got to hide the thing. I can't shoot it from the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You got to keep it just on you. No floaties around you.
Oh, what happened to the voice?
Oh, did you
The
lose my
sound went
voice
out, Tom?
on me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. We could hear you.
Or
We
you
could
there?
we could definitely hear you.
You're.
I hear you. I hear
What
you.
happened?
Can't hear you.
I don't know how that happened. Hold on. Let me private message them. I hear you. We do. It's still okay.
Nope. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So you're right.
wait a minute, this is gonna fall.
I just can't hear you.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Tell a story.
How's that go? No, can hear. Our audio is on. Flip video.
Is that better? Can you
Everything
hear me?
is set.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can
there
hear
you
you.
go.
Got you.
Good. Thank
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose you. We're having such a good interview. I'm not trying to lose you before we sign out together. But
Yes.
anybody has any questions too, shoot them in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them. Jim and Elaine are an open book unless he's not allowed to talk about it, and then she will give him the look that you will not get the answer right now. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll
90%
We'll skip
open
it.
book. I'm not. We don't have Ryan tonight, so I can't do the. They're telling me we hear me good. We can't do the after hours where we ask all of the outrageous questions, which we do. Have you seen some of the past casts? Oh man,
I just a little. I catch it. I watch it for 5-10 minutes, and I
We
go on to
watched-
something. I haven't really
saw
sat
part
down
of
and watched.
Chris's.
I saw Chris's interview, like Jonathan
Okay.
Cruz part. So
Cruz
I
was a
catch
good
it.
one. If you can catch R.J. Boyle and Karen Panza, those are two of our highest rated ones.
Oh, I will. I will definitely.
Oh, cool.
Karen's
So
got
is
some pretty
there-
crazy stories. Karen was
yes.
pretty good. And then
I
all
remember,
right.
I remember first meeting Karen. We were in Lakewood, and she would come in.
Lakewood?
It was in Lakewood at the.
No.
Yeah.
I know when I met Karen Panza.
But
at,
anyway, she would come in with her boyfriend, kind of rough guy, young kid, and they were drinking, and they were just loud. They were just there. She was.
Bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
So-
one day I spoke to her. We were sitting next to her, and she told me about the accident she had and what she went through, and was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
I can't.
She has some crazy stories. She was giving us all of her backstory. It was amazing. So
Yeah, that was.
my wife chimed in. She said they have an amazing story and life together. What's one thing from their bucket list? What do you have on your bucket list, guys? You can give us more than one. We're all about this.
Wow. I know I did a lot on my bucket list.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 years we did a lot of traveling to Europe. Been all through
Love it.
Europe. So
Yeah, I still want to go. Well, I don't even know if I want to go anywhere anymore after this coronavirus.
Oh, we'll be back. We'll be back.
no, I'll be.
Yeah, there's still places I want to go.
What's the best place you've been so far?
Oh,
I loved Barcelona.
we've been to Barcelona twice.
Yeah, I really like Barcelona. But
The second trip, we actually went to Spain and spent 2 weeks in Spain, from Barcelona to Madrid. We did all the major cities.
I want to go to
Amazing.
Portugal. We miss Portugal.
Portugal. You hear that, Ryan Donnelly? He's got family there. When you go, let him know.
Well,
His
we were in
father-in-law's
Russia.
over there.
Oh,
We were in
is
Russia.
that why they were going to go? I had no idea.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That was a shame.
But
That's
my
the
friend
most-
Terry,
Yeah.
Yep.
when we took a
Bucket
break
list.
from Puric, we heard that they were selling a company, and we were just like up to here. We couldn't work another day. And he calls me up. He says, "What do we got to do to get away?" I said, "We're never going to get away. My email just keeps building and building." I said, "I can't take anymore." He says, "All right, I'm going to plan a trip to Russia. You in?" I said,
That was cool.
"Okay."
Amazing.
We actually was a cruise. We did the whole northern thing, and then a couple
The
days
Baltics.
in Russia,
We
the
did
whole Baltic
Baltics.
cruise.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And we
Super
were in
amazing.
Iceland.
We went to Iceland. We weren't there long enough. I was so upset.
I loved Iceland.
Yeah.
know. When
I
you-
remember when you went. I went.
We went
"Oh."
right after that. That's
went
why I
right
remember.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys catch the Northern Lights yet?
No.
No,
Never saw
we
them.
didn't
will
see
love
them
it.
there, but my
No.
daughter went and she saw them. And
If
it
you
was-
could do
Yeah.
Norway, I'd highly recommend it. I just
We
did
did.
it right
we
before
did.
this all.
We
We
were
did
in
Norway. We did
everything but the
Finland.
Greek islands.
We did.
Oh, so you were all there. You just
we
didn't.
did
You
the
just
whole
didn't catch them, huh?
Baltic. Yeah.
We did. Yeah, we did.
I guess it wasn't that time of year. I think we went in May. I
Oh,
believe. Yeah, it was in May. 'cause
Just
I'm going-
outside. You get to like the April, and then you're done, right? Of course. But it's all
I
right.
did
You'll go
not-
back.
I did not want to go on this trip. First of all, I wasn't a great traveler. I never really wanted to go overseas, so I was talked into it. So I said, wait a minute, it's May. We have a boat. We have to get ready. Why am I going someplace cold in May? You know, I just couldn't. But it was one of the best times
That's what I was going to say. Did you love it when you finally did it?
Yeah.
And then I planned another trip right after that.
I couldn't believe I waited so long to
Yeah,
see
me
Europe.
too.
I mean, if you're going to go anywhere for 2 weeks, that's where you go. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
I love that your answer to what's on your bucket list is like, we've done most of our bucket lists, so I'm sure there's something there. If it pops in your head, let me know.
you know,
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what happened when we were on one of the doing one of the shows in Charlotte. I always wanted to go ziplining, but no one wanted to go ziplining with me. And
Okay.
I'm petrified of heights. I'm sorry. I'll go on roller coasters. Zipping. I don't like going straight up and straight down. So anyway, this one day we decided to go to this park. I can't remember the name of it. It's very popular in where was it? Charlotte, South Carolina. So anyway, the other couple that was with us, she goes, I'll go ziplining. So I says, all right, let's do it. So the next day we
Now you got a partner
to go to this park. So we go in there. It was 100 degrees out.
It was so hot you could not believe.
So she's hemming and hawing. I'm not going. And me, I'm sitting there and I said, we came here and I want to go ziplining. So now I'm going, but I didn't want to do it by myself. So finally I says, okay, I got up from the table. I says, I'm doing this. This is something I always wanted to do. Went up, got my ticket. Now I have to go walk all the way. I had to walk maybe, what is that? About
a mile and a half.
About a half a mile to go where you had to do the zip lining. So Jimmy walked with me.
for the mile and a half.
I'll tell you how hot it was. Okay, that it had to be like over 100 degrees. But the water that this place has, these rolling rapids that people go in there and they do the rapids, but it's all man-made.
Yeah.
The water had a disease like
the amoeba.
The flesh-eating disease.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah, that right after that they had to close the park.
Yeah. Right after, but we didn't go in the water.
I was gonna say, thank God you didn't want to do Roaring Rapids instead of ziplining. You were better 100 feet in the air.
Exactly. So anyway, so we get over there and you have to do this you have to go through this like half-hour training. So I'm sitting there with all of this equipment on, sweating my ass off. So finally that's done. Now you have to go online. Now you're standing online and you have to walk up this trail because you have to get to the top. So by the time you get up to the top of this trail, now I'm by myself with all of these, people that I don't know. Finally, they hooked me up with this young girl and she goes to me, yeah, I'm here by myself because my mother decided she bailed out. And I said, well, the woman I wanted to go with, she bailed out on me.
So you made a new friend.
Yeah, right.
You know what? It turned out to be a nurse.
Even better.
At the show.
Really? I was going to say, and you made a sale. Yeah. I was about to say, you end up going up the thing and making a sale while you're doing a zip line. That's great.
Well, it was a lot. It was fun, but it was not only did you have to walk up this tower once and it was so high. And then finally you have to step up. Once you get to the top of the tower, you have to step up on like this block. I mean, it's not scary enough. I had to get on. I was shaking so bad. It was so finally the guy goes, okay, sit in your harness. And I said, what do you mean sit in my harness? He says, do me a favor, just push me. So he did. He pushed me, and it was fun. But it was it was just day. brutally.
Knock another one off the bucket list. Here's another Here's another good question. What were each of their favorite cars that you have ever owned? Because since you were in the car business, that's a good one.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, that's easy, yeah, because I have mine.
I have a bright orange Corvette right now. Had a blue one, the anniversary model. I sold that, and
he got that one's a 2006, I think. Really pretty Corvette. I absolutely love it. Mine, I have it here. I bought it down in Florida. It is my 2002 little Mercedes. It's white with my girlfriend bought it for me or found it for me on eBay because I told her the car that I wanted and I couldn't find it. So it's the car that everybody's seen me in. So that's
the car of your dreams. You see
how
that?
It started? I saw this blue Corvette that we were going to send to the auction. I said, geez, I really want this car because it was the same color car when I met her.
All right.
So I said,
Really?
how am I going to keep this? I got a couple cars. So I bought the car and I gave it to her like this. What was it? Happy birthday.
It was my 60th birthday.
I could have said it was our anniversary, but for some reason, and she looked at me, and we're at the marina at the time. Geez, and all the women going, boy, what a guy, bought your wife a Corvette. You know, had no plans on giving it to her. Well, she ended up with the car. We put it in her name. But every now and then I'd go drive it. And she's going, why do you keep driving my car? And so finally I said, listen, here's the deal. I bought you the car because I want, it's like buying you a motorcycle. You weren't supposed to ever get this.
Nice guy, huh?
So here's what I'll do. You go pick out a Mercedes convertible, something you want, and you give me the Corvette. So she goes, you got a deal. So her and her girlfriend, they found the car in Georgia, and we shipped it up. She gave me the
Very
Corvette,
nice.
and she still has the white thing.
First of all, just a little note to that. I never liked the little blue Corvette. But I used to get pissed every time I went in that car to drive it. So I don't want to hear crap. So
Yeah, well,
I gave it back to him.
yeah.
Gladly.
That was
I
yours.
wondering why you gave me this.
So I was wondering why. I was never into Corvettes, believe it or not. Can you see it?
Oh, you got it? Yeah, we can bring it up. We see it. I've seen it on the Facebook photos. Well, everybody out there, if you have a favorite car, feel free to mention it. We want to know. We want to know what yours are. Jim, do me a favor. Show them what shirt you're wearing too, because they can't see it. But that was super fun. I love that you're repping us down in Florida.
I've been repping. First of all, I must have 24 of these T-shirts, and I brought half of them to Florida. I got great ones. I got all these different shirts. I used to win a lot when we started.
Yeah, that was the beauty of it.
I got a pile of shirts.
That's what I wear now to do all my work around the yard.
Yeah, all the down to the belt shirts.
I cut them up.
I'll take it. That's what my wife wears to bed too. She's always taking my bigger shirts.
Absolutely.
Ron has a question. Jim, do you have any car guy contacts that may have a DeLorean for sale? The man is looking for a DeLorean.
No, I haven't seen a DeLorean in so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd have
man.
to go online and dig one up there.
Where did we? I think we saw one at the when they do the car shows, the classic car show in Belmar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe there's
Somebody's
a way you
got
can
one.
contact, one of those.
Yeah, they're tough to come across. But that's a fun car. It's like a very noticeable car.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
down here it's funny. I have a little 300 SLK 350 little convertible hardtop.
Okay.
And she's got a CLK 430 with a gun convertible. We can't buy anything. We gotta go borrow a car. We gotta borrow a car to pick up the stuff we buy.
I need an
Oh,
SUV.
you no place to put it. Yeah.
My little car, you can't even put the plants in the back. We're riding around with a
It's-
palm tree sticking
It's
out.
amazing what I do fit
From the
in my
back
car.
seat.
I can
Yeah.
find room. Just give me a shot I get stuff in my car you wouldn't believe. But
You
anyway,
have good spatial relation.
yes, I do. He's not allowed to pack a car.
No, she even
I
packs the
am-
car when we
when
travel.
we travel.
Like
Really?
I can't figure a way to put a suitcase in.
No.
But-
He throws things in. I pack. There's a difference.
Meticulous. That's why you're a good team. That's why you're a good team. He's just got to get it to the curb.
And matter of fact, our car, we didn't, when we went to this is coming on. When we went to the airport, Harry Welchek, he goes, listen, anytime you go down to Florida, because he's down in some 55 and over place down South Jersey, and I can't think of the name of it. So he goes, why don't you just bring your car here and I'll drive you the rest of the way? And we go, okay. So we did that this time. Thank God, because I can't imagine what the bill would be.
Oh,
at the
forget it if
airport.
you would have left it. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's in Harry's
So
garage.
it's in Harry's garage.
You run good, Jim. You run good. You're gonna be here for this pandemic and the next one in another 100 years.
Yeah,
I
right,
hope
exactly.
So. I
Well,
hope so.
100 years, I don't know about that.
Absolutely.
We get past this one.
Yeah,
You're gonna
really.
get past this one. We're all rooting for you. We know you're gonna be okay for sure.
Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on.
I've been trying to follow along. It's so tough. At least that's another good thing. Like a lot of people say bad things about social media. At least we get to peek into each other's lives here and there as much as possible, right?
Right,
To know everything's going okay.
I hate to say this, but it's really hot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like humid. It's
humid.
like
It's
about
humid.
83 degrees out. It's
Yeah,
damp.
it's humid. So,
You feel it. You feel it. You know what? I like
yeah.
this weather. We had a really gorgeous day today. We had the Blue Angels drove
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
flew over us. We caught it. I was able to go outside the house. Me and my
Oh,
wife.
so you did see them from afar?
Yeah, we got a little
Oh,
video
cool.
of it.
I
They
knew
they
that
were
you done-
moving. They were moving so fast. You heard it. Like you heard the rumbles. Like
Right.
yeah.
felt like a truck coming at you.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
them
wanted
go
to s-
over when after 9/11. I was in Giant Stadium. and
Really?
They did a flyover. Yeah, but what was more scary, just before the game started, one of those big airliners,
Yeah.
private, not, went over the stadium really low, and it
Excuse me.
really everybody went,
Rumbles. You feel it.
what? I mean, yeah, I mean,
Scary.
it was pretty scary. Like, holy
Especially at the
crap.
9/11, you don't want the going
Yeah,
over the Giant
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Stadium.
Oh yeah, in fact, that was like the first home game or something. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Here's a solid one. John Bokelman said, "Who would win in a race with
Oh.
you in each of your Benzes?"
Sorry, me.
100%, hands down, Jim.
Pretty much.
Nah,
Yeah.
the little one is a 350. Well,
That's
first
not-
of all, her car, the 430 was kind of an AMG, and it was like the third fastest car on the road. I don't know, my little bug goes
Oh.
good.
I got
But
it.
I think she's
I'll
saying
tell
her
you-
driving
I'll tell you what-
skills.
Uh,
Oh, I'm a much better driver than he is.
yeah,
Hands
she's
down.
she's
Sorry. Hands
probably a
down.
better driver now. Yeah,
Much better. No, I like to drive, by the way. I definitely like to drive. Would you believe I got my first ticket, speeding ticket? My first
What?
ticket ever when I was on my way down here on 2 years ago.
First
When I was
ticket
16.
ever.
Ever. 60. I was
Oh.
68 years old. Got my first ticket.
Wow, that's crazy. Good for you.
And-
That was a good run. That was a good run.
Yeah. And the insurance company, my umbrella insurance, dropped me. I had to
What?
go find umbrella. Yeah. And
That's
I
crazy.
I was so I can't even tell you.
and last
Livid.
time we were down in Florida,
Yeah, totally.
I hit a guy who was on a scooter. I was moving from one lane to another, and he was coming out of a driveway. I never saw him, and he hits the side of my car. I look back in the rearview mirror. I see a guy rolling in the gutter. So I pull the car over around the
Oh,
corner, and I
no.
go back to the guy. I said, "How you doing? Are you okay?" And he looks at me and goes, "No." Well, I'm sitting. Now the police come, and captain says to him, he says, "What happened?" He says, "I don't know. I never saw him." Because I'm moving from one lane to another. There was 3 lanes I had to get over, and this lane had to get over. But where you had to get over, there wasn't even enough room for a bike path, and he was coming out of the driveway.
Okay.
So anyway, he hits the side of my car. So the police chief looks at it. He writes the thing up. It's his fault. He hit the side of my car. I get a letter all of a sudden that they had a camera on the thing, and this guy got his wheels into the street before I moved over. So the whole thing
Okay.
became my fault.
What?
So they were suing me for over $100,000. And then when they found out I had $1 million insurance policy, I don't even know what happened to the case. It just,
Oh man.
Well, it's still working.
It's still
They're
working.
trying to. And the funny thing is, this guy has as many back problems beforehand.
Pre-existing
does.
conditions.
Now
Yeah.
he's got a problem, and I got pre-existing. They start figuring quality of life, what percentage of the accident was your problem.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, just pay the guy. Really don't. I know. How
And
he
close it. Get it done. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Really, I didn't see him. He didn't. I
Have
mean,
an
he's on a
insurance-
scooter. He's got 13-inch wheels. I'm in a bigger car. I could. When I'm sliding over, I couldn't see him. And this guy
Yeah.
never looked. I mean, if he saw me coming over, he shouldn't have pulled out. But people in scooter, they look down, vroom, 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 and
Yeah.
he ran in. And you can clearly see it's my damage is on the side of my car. How it became my fault, I don't know. But I'm
It is
very
what it
careful
is.
now. I let her drive most of the time.
Yep.
There you go. Let it take it over.
Came home from playing poker on a Saturday afternoon
Uh-huh.
this year, and I made the turn at my house, and I ran the Corvette into my neighbor's car. $9,000 later.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Says it
Yeah.
all.
Well, that's like the Wolf of Wall Street. You ever see that where he's driving home from the country club
Yes.
and just
yes.
took out everything on the way?
Yeah, sliding down the stairs. That was the best.
No, that was good. That was
That
great.
was that was a pretty solid one.
Good flick. Good flick.
That
You know
So
what?
what are you watching on TV these days?
You know what's funny is I found myself to be so busy with like at first, like when it first hit, me and my wife, we caught the Tiger King, we watched Ozark, we watch. It's so crazy.
you
Oh,
like the end
what-
of Ozark?
What did you
Yeah.
think about the end of Ozark?
Pretty
Where,
intense.
where the guy goes, "You're my people now." You know.
Yeah,
Are you
right.
kidding me? In case no one's in case
That's
somebody-
true. Spoiler
still
alert. We're gonna have to
watching
put
it.
up a spoiler alert on this one.
Wow,
That was
that freaked
fun.
me out. You gotta be kidding me.
I
Another
know.
good one to watch.
It's got
We
me on
watched
the edge of my seat to watch it. To watch the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan is very good.
Haven't seen it
Watch
yet.
it.
Jack Ryan. I'll take a
Oh.
look into
It's
it.
all about the Muslims, and
2
it's like
seasons.
Homeland.
It's
It's,
like
as good as Homeland.
Yeah, I'll take a
It's
look
two
into it.
Yeah, that was really good.
I started to watch Money Heist because somebody recommended Money Heist. My wife can't get into it, and I'm into it. That which is the worst because now it's like I can only
yeah,
watch.
If I
that
couldn't get
either.
into, I started watching Jack Ryan, and that took over.
Got it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into the Money Heist either. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me.
Oh, really? She didn't connect to it, and I'm like, all right. Once I start vesting in a story, and I like stuff that I could just play on demand because my hours are so all over the place.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we watch either Netflix or Prime Video or
Same thing. Yeah, same thing over
or
here.
on demand. You know,
I feel like I'm doing more work, and not more work, just different work. But it's nice because we first time ever in our lives. We've been together 7 years, me and my wife. And my wife just said Unorthodox was interesting. So yeah, did you watch Unorthodox?
no.
It's about
What is that on?
Netflix, and it's an Orthodox Jewish girl that leaves her life behind and escapes to
cool.
like Germany. Yeah, it's an interest. She got into that. See, I didn't get into that one. She got into that one.
Okay,
So
okay.
she gets
We'll
more
check it
TV
out.
time than I do because I come in here and I'm casting and I'm
Right.
working and I'm watching other people's cast and I'm trying to adapt, right? So
Yeah.
it's funny because she's like, we're the only couple. I mean, you two are an incredible couple, right? So like, I agree. You guys have a great marriage. Like you're a great couple together. And I see so many couples complaining, oh, I can't believe I'm stuck with my wife. I can't believe I'm stuck with my husband. We're in quarantine. I'm going to kill her before this is over. And
Oh,
I
jeez.
see so many people say that. And me and her laugh.
We do have days like that. Don't get
have-
me wrong.
yeah,
you know.
Everybody
But
does.
that's-
We have
but
days like that too.
Yeah.
There would be something wrong with you if it wasn't. You know.
But 9 out of 10, her biggest complaint is, even though we're quarantined together, she's like, I still want to spend more time with you. You're not in here with me as much. You're still doing that. And I'm like, that's the
funny
best
thing with us.
Right.
We're locked at the hip. I mean, from the time we did the lottery, we were always
We were always locked. at the hip.
locked at the hip. And then we worked together. That was a strain on the marriage because I would tell her, all right, write this.
Love you too, Ryan.
And she would go, I can't say that. I said, just write it. You know,
right? Because that's
do
where
what
it goes
say.
back and forth.
Right. It's
Right.
Just do what I say. And, it was like, I'm a little tough to work with.
Oh yes, he is.
I'm like, because car dealerships are yelling at guys, and you got to get.
It's
There's
your
only so
way.
many hours in the day, and you got to do it my way. I mean, I got to talk.
Yeah.
He was just a little. So I'm a little bossy, and it was
It's
fun
hard
to
to boss me around. I do
Right.
not like being bossed around.
be.
So I
There
do
you
things.
go.
I'm very efficient, and
Yeah.
it'll get done right. Just get off of my case.
And she
That's
wanted
all.
to keep folders.
And let you do it right.
When we gave Bard the paperwork, I had a meeting with the Bard reps, and we were kind of training them.
We had to train all the board reps.
When they
So that's
saw
what we did.
the work that we did with a folder, how we called the hospital, we had a page in there, who I spoke to, when I spoke to, what we talked about, who she's going to talk to, what position she was, and then write everything down that we talked about, and everything went in a folder. And then you had recontact it every time you come. We go back in the.
Yeah.
When we handed them the folders on 100 hospitals, their management just went, "Oh my God,"
Super efficient.
They
Yeah.
couldn't believe all the work.
That's
we
how
did.
you got to see how I run my house. I
Great
mean,
job.
My paperwork, that's just how I am. It's
Yeah,
just,
that's how you are.
that means
Ryan Dinella chimed in, Jim. He said,
Yeah.
Just checking in real quick before I sleep. Jim and Elaine are two of my all-time favorites. Jim is one of the few Republicans I respect. That was his
I
statement.
just sent him my love. I said, I love you too, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ryan, I really think you should be the best man at Jonathan Cruz's wedding.
I
Absolutely.
agree, Ryan. You should be best man.
Absolutely.
Oh, boy, what was that all about?
Oh, it's
He'll tell me.
Yeah, it was
I just want to be, I just want the speech recorded,
exactly. I want to see it. We have to live stream the speech for sure. John Bokelman said, "Who's your favorite dealer?" That was a good question.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Glenn, I used to like Glenn. Glenn
Always dealt you the cards you needed.
Yeah,
He got you there.
Johnny Five, and the last couple places was throwing me cards that I couldn't believe. I actually told him, like, you are definitely my. I mean, he just loaded me up one night, and I had to laugh. I said, and every time he dealt me, inside straights. I mean, just unbelievable.
But Glenn didn't always deal, so it was. It was when I made the final table.
Yeah, you had to make final table for Glenn to get there.
I was always good at making the final table.
I had to
hit
laugh.
a lot of final tables.
When everybody picked the teams, well,
Yeah.
Ryan and I didn't get picked because we always go away.
Yep.
And I told Glenn, I said, I'm pissed tonight. I said, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to win this tonight, just to prove to everybody that I can. And I lost. I was heads up with Wendell for about a half an hour and lost.
Oh man.
God. Yeah. And it was just so good because I called it. I said, I'm winning. I'm only here to win tonight. Fuck everything.
That's it, to prove a point. That is that competition in you.
To prove a point. And it ended up with me and Wendell. And he started off, he had a stack of chips like this, and I had like 2 piles of yellows, whatever. Just weren't, not even close. But I just kept back and forth. And he nipped me in one hand in the end. And I was so disappointed I lost. But I dragging Glenn right to, when I know he's tired, he wants to go home.
Yep, you got every second out of the tournament.
I'm sucking this thing until I wear him down. That's how.
See that? John Bokelman is Johnny Five, by the way. Just so you know. There you go. They didn't know your real name.
John, and he knows it too.
He knows that he was giving you the card. There you go. Small world. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Everybody that we played poker with was a real treat to meet. It's such a diverse group, young and old.
It is, and it is. That's what I like about us is it's so eclectic, but it's like everybody melds pretty well together. You get a few pops here and there that we get bumps, but other than that, I think it's a really good good culture, like everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know people love you. We're definitely going to do more of this Thursday night. If you are waking up for it, we're going to see if we get this game off the ground. Maybe we could have you live stream with us during the game. Would you be willing to join us?
Sure, why not?
I'll try.
That would be fun.
We're not going anywhere.
Usually, like if I'm playing party poker, I can't talk to anybody. I can't do 2 things at once.
Oh, you got to focus in. All right, we'll let Jim do the talking, and we'll let you.
He can. Go ahead.
All right.
Ron said he's in. Bernie said, "What is your favorite venue?"
I love the what's the name of it? In Hazlitt.
A Vibe.
The Vibe. Love the Vibe.
The Vibe. There's been a lot of good ones. Some are close to our house.
Of course, I like the headline because it's 5 minutes for me. I used to love Bar A.
Bar A was always fun.
Bar A was the best. P.S. Anybody from back in the day that's watching, I believe Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Yeah, I think he fought through the COVID. He's getting better now, but I'm trying to keep tracks of him. Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, Jared had it too.
Jared.
Remember Jared?
DeVecchio.
Yeah, JD. Yeah. Yeah, he was on the stream with us the other day. Ryan said that your favorite venue is wherever he is. He knows it already. Ron said Walt Street was fun back in the day. Walt Street was a good time.
I liked Walt Street also.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah,
Me too.
I had a lot of favorite. Walt Street. I wish we would go back there. I like Wall Street, like you say, Bar A, the Vibe, and I do like the headliner. The headline because it's really close. It's
it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to be right there.
And you know what she likes too
What's
she
that?
doesn't have the night we play poker. She doesn't cook. We always order food.
Right.
You know,
That's
this is
nice,
her
right? That's a
night
treat.
to, you know, she's not cooking. She's going to go sit at the bar and eat food. And the worst part was every time I started a diet, this poker killed me. Just
Oh,
seriously,
absolutely.
I couldn't lose anything.
Well, we were playing 2-3 nights a week. I would play 5 nights a week.
But what do you drink? Do you have beer or do you have a drink
I
like
swear
regular
to
drink?
God, I do not drink when I play poker.
Really?
Very rarely do I have a drink.
Sometimes
I can't sit and drink. I have to be moving around.
You know what's
That's
funny?
how
I
I
can't
drink.
drink. I can't drink and eat. I could eat a lot or I could drink a lot. I
Right.
can't eat
Right.
and drink
right.
at the same
Once I
time.
eat dinner,
Right.
I'm done.
Exactly.
If I eat dinner, I'm done.
I'll pay
Yeah.
And that's why a lot
while
of
I'm drinking,
yeah.
but I don't. No, I can't do that either.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I'm-
similar in that.
Yeah, like when
Yeah.
we would go out partying and stuff, I have to be walking around, standing or dancing or whatever. I cannot just drink. Can't
Yeah.
do it. It just
No,
does
I hear
nothing.
that.
I'll fall asleep
Yeah.
before.
Don't order me a lot of food at your wedding. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm here to
You go,
drink.
going to the
Oh.
bar. That's it. Hitting the
There
bar.
was a wedding we went to. There was the funniest thing. Very good friend of ours. We all partied, and so anyway, we get to the reception, so on and so forth. We're up at the bar, and of course, we knew the bartenders, and we were just sitting there. We were just doing shots of tequila. So the waitress comes over once we never sat at our table. So I said, do me a favor, just don't even bring any food there. That's because none of us are going to eat it. It's tough, but that's what we do. We'll eat later. You know, we'll go out on the way home and eat. You know,
Absolutely.
but
No.
it's, yeah, anytime we partied, so that's what we did.
I like it. You two are a party couple. I know. That's why you are always a good time. John Bolkerman says, Tom, Saturday nights when this goes away should be at your house. You could get record numbers there. You know what? Maybe I'm down to get a home game together on a Saturday.
Okay.
I'm not against that. I think the stream on Thursday might be a lot of fun if we could have you in. I might invite Dave Campbell in too because it's going to be for all the outside of New Jersey people. So
Okay.
he's in Wyoming. He's in Wyoming. You guys are in Florida. I got to see how many different states I could get involved on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay. What
I was-
time are you going to do this Thursday night?
I'm thinking probably like 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Nothing too late. And then
What's
we'll
that? Oh,
we'll
I
have
know.
a home game tournament. I know you guys are good. Some people, you know what it is. Some people are still working. Like Ron Sortino, who's checking in, that's going to be playing in it. He's still doing his day job, so he's still going in and out of
wow.
work. He's considered
Okay.
essential.
Oh, cool.
You know,
Okay.
but it's fun. And I'm sure
Yeah.
Dave Campbell's probably essential too because he's a mailman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's-
he's essential.
Yeah.
So you know what I do? Because down here, I don't get mail at my house, so I have a post office box.
Okay.
So I don't go during the day. I'll go at like 9 o'clock at night. Nobody's there.
That's the best
Mask
bet,
on,
right?
so it's
Gloves,
okay.
mask, in and out.
Yep. Absolutely.
It was really
Absolutely.
funny going into your bank and everybody's got a mask on.
I know, right? It's the new normal. Oh
That's
wait,
weird.
you know what? We were almost gonna sign off, but I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna get your opinion. This is the first release of this. I have to just send it to myself so we could do it. But I want to get your opinion on this because because we've been doing T-shirts and this and that and different types of
Right.
swag.
Did you order the shirts?
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, I thought you said you
couldn't-
did.
Well, you couldn't do. We're out of state.
So,
You are out
what
of
is
state. No, it's okay. Listen, when you come back, because right now the 2 shirts I'm sending out of state, I'm sending one to California and one to Wyoming to Dave, and it looks like the U.S. Postal Service is like 2 to 3 weeks behind, so it's taken forever to get it across. So we
Oh.
had one. Yeah, so one of our guys was doing curbside delivery, and he's Soma, one of our tournament directors. He's doing it tomorrow morning. He's going to run it out and deliver a whole bunch. So don't worry. I know you guys. I know you guys will be there, and I can't wait to get you back into it. But this one I want to show you because I feel like this will be fun. I apologize for taking so long.
That's okay.
Anybody
We
else
got
has
all
a
the time
question?
in the world.
True. That's the one good thing about this, right? We finally get the time that we do deserve. All right, Tom. Boop. I'm gonna attach this real fast. But so, what about you guys? What have you been eating while you're on this? Joe does deliver.
We're
Everything.
we're
Everything and anything.
I'll go
You know, I like the food
I
down
found
there.
some really good pizza places down there, and everybody complains about their pizza, but I found two really good pizza places.
Really?
Yeah. I'll either cook or order out, depending on what I feel like doing. If
You
I'm
know, we find ourselves, it's a good day to take, you know, we'll drive the car. I mean, it's 82 degrees out. We put the top down. I mean, we will pull into, you know, does it hamburger joint, take it
Yeah.
home, fast food. Some of the Italian restaurants that I like down here, just they were staying open, and you were picking up some really good food, and then they closed. Like they
Yeah.
could they lasted maybe a month or so, and then now you can't. They stopped doing the takeout.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of businesses are being hurt. Let's
Yeah.
be real here. You know, it's a shame.
Most. I'd say most. If you're not adapting to go to it, like I'm a little nervous about all of the bars when we return. I just want to make sure everybody's still there.
Yeah, right.
I feel like
Exactly.
that's a big deal. You know, it's
Sure.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy. It's definitely not an easy climate. We're trying to support everybody as much as we can. Like I
Yeah.
order, you know, whenever I can, I'll order out from a local, like somebody I know or this and that. I feel like that's all we could do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I do. I'll order out with. And as a matter of fact, you know what? The hardest thing to get was Chinese food. And I'm
Impossible
going,
up here. Yeah,
really? And what's wrong with people? They weren't in China.
I know, but it's impossible. It's not going anywhere up here right now. I don't know why.
It just cracked me up. So finally, I found one down the street from us. Well, not down the street, sort of down the street, and it was very good. So.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
But when we got there was a line.
Oh, wow. Oh, I want one. Go ahead. Come on.
Pretty cool, right? I feel like if
Yeah,
we're gonna
right.
return to the tables, this might
Oh.
be something that we need in the down to the feld stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. That's a cool.
And gloves? You're going to do gloves the same way? Come on.
Right? They got to be disposable, so it's got to be a plastic glove, and it's got to be
Right.
that type of mask. And I was talking to the guy today that does them, and he's like, maybe we could put some fun poker sayings like "I'm not bluffing" or something by the mouth where it's talking, which I think might be fun.
I think they're great.
Right?
Oh, cool.
I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be a good one.
Oh, absolutely. If not, I just want one. To wear down here. Come on.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Are we here? Tom? Hello? I don't know what happened. Live? No, what'd you do?
I'm still here. Sorry about that.
Tom?
Can you hear us?
I am here. I can hear you. We're all good.
All right.
Okay.
As long as you
can
can hear me.
Just for shits and giggles, I want one. Go ahead.
Let's go
Right?
grab something.
I want to wear them down here. Come on.
That's what I feel like. Everybody, all right? If you're gonna go out, if you're gonna do them anyway, because I was talking to the guy, I'm like, could we get away with it? Bernie said he'll take it down to the felt one. He's ordering a Trump face mask now for Ryan as well. And that's great. That would be great too.
Oh,
That's another
cool.
smart one.
Uh,
And then,
that-
John
that's
Bokelman,
good.
we are doing shirt deliveries tomorrow. If you want, shoot me his private message. I'm happy to get that over to you guys. Tom is back, Bernie. Don't worry, you didn't lose me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but we're
I like this whole platform, right? That we get
This
to
is really cool. Absolutely. Yeah.
fun and different. We're getting to learn a little bit more about each other. So I'm all about that.
So what are you doing? This once a week or every night?
It depends. So I try to cast probably 3 or 4 times a week, but for some reason I've been on a lot of other people's casts right now lately. Then we've been doing like different things. So I want to do a player profile at least 2 or 3 nights a week. And then we also do some live streaming of the poker games. So Vinny played in when you get back up here and you play in Poker Stars, if you are a first-time depositor, you get a ticket for a free roll. He played in a first-time depositor free roll with 1,258 players the other day, and I was able to live stream him winning it. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got it. He knocked Carrie out in 53rd, 52nd or 53rd. So she complained in the forum, but she's like, but he's doing really well. He's got a lot of chips. So I went and looked at it. It was down to the final 2 tables, and I went live, and I was able to show his whole progression going through the final table, which was fun.
I want to do this.
I know, right? That
Ah,
was a big field to knock out. 1,258, and I was like, you know, even if he came in
Yeah.
fifth, I would have been impressed. But first place, good for him.
oh, that's
You make
great.
the final table, I'm impressed.
Absolutely.
Right? My wife actually said to me, she's like, "So who's a better poker player, you think, you or your brother?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, in a cash game, I would pick me all day. In a tournament, I think Vinny has the edge. I think Vinny's a better tournament player than I am. He's smarter. He's patient. Like he'll
Yeah.
wait
Yeah,
it
you need-
out.
That's me.
what she
That's
does.
what
She's patient.
I'm
Yeah.
patient.
I got a little too much gamble in me. I have to really bet something on being the winner of it so that I lock in because
Gives
I'm
you
too
that
ADD-ish.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I bounce
I
around too
can't-
much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't play for nothing. I
No,
can't-
he if he's not getting good cards, he'll just say, "Oh, screw it," and just we're in.
Ship it in. I'm going to the bar.
I'm
I get it.
Yeah, I'm a lot more patient.
I know.
I know when I'm running good and when I know I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah,
Doing it.
but you know what? I play cards for the social interaction probably more than I do for the actual playing of the cards. That's why I think Vinny's better. He's more. We have such polar personalities. That's why we do well together in business because
Right.
he's very like number oriented and banking and accounting and this and that,
Right.
and I'm more promotional and connecting with the clients and all that
That's
type of stuff.
probably what it would be with us.
Yeah.
You know, saying if we did something like that.
Yeah, but that's what you guys do. Like when you
Right.
were doing that company together, you were very methodical in your paperwork and
She
your this
was-
and that.
She was a really good backup. There were a lot of times I'd start talking about my mother, and I would crack up, but I kind of did it on purpose too. And then
Yeah.
she would go, "Well, his mom just died," and he's a little, and then
Yeah.
all the nurses would go, "Oh,
Yeah, he
But-
get all the ahs.
you know."
Yeah.
And then in the end, it'd be like, "I'm not with Sloan Kettering. I'm not leaving here." And my iPad went out. I'm holding up my phone.
Until it goes, exactly. Bernie
Really?
wants to know if you could do Poker Stars in Florida, and yes, they can play the home game just like everybody could play
Yeah.
in the with like the Staten Island game that we're gonna do Thursday night. Bern, we're gonna get you involved, all the non-Jersey people, so we could cast one, and then build up for our Friday night free roll. I'm loving that we're giving away 500 on Fridays. I feel like
So
I want to
doing-
get everybody pre-registered.
So you're doing a Friday night free roll, but we're in Florida, so we can't do the free roll.
Yeah,
correct?
so I don't think
That's
so. I don't think an interstate plays. I'll find out for you. I'll send you the link. We'll sign you up on it, but I think to win the real
Yeah.
cash money, you have to be in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But we can do the Thursday night as a group
Yeah.
where we could all
Yeah.
play and we'll work something out. I'll find some sort of a prize to give for something with it. It'll be a good time.
But
Plus,
that-
I like the live streaming because then we could talk trash at the table together.
I have to see how that goes. I got to see if I can do that.
You gotta
I
see
mean,
if
as
you
long as
if you
it's
can
like
flow.
regular poker, yeah. As long as I don't have to type anything, you would talk.
No, it's just like
Right?
this. You're talking, but you're playing
I might
online.
do that. I can't like type something and play poker because I would
No,
miss
no,
what
I get
the-
that. No, it's just like this, except you're playing cards and like, did you have it? Did you really have it? Like that's what people will start saying to you,
Right,
and they'll be
right,
looking
right.
at your face, and you're like, you look too happy about this, and then they call you, and then you're like, you gave it
Oh
tell.
no, that's good. That I can do.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun.
Cool.
But
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure.
me too, guys, and I'm happy that you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for coming on this cast tonight. And then
Oh, you're
let's,
so welcome. It's so much fun.
it was. Let's definitely stay in touch. Thank
Sure.
you guys.
All right, you're
And
welcome.
if you guys have any parting words, you have anything to say before we go?
I miss poker. I miss everybody. I love all you guys, and can't wait to come. Believe it or not, I can't wait to come home.
Oh, we miss you
No,
too. We
I
can't
really
wait.
can't, You know,
Jim,
Yeah,
we're
I'll be
praying for
fine.
you. We're gonna get through this together. We're all with you in it.
I got some good doctors, and like I said, I'm lucky. So
Yeah, you run good,
We need-
Jim. You run
we
good.
need one more round of luck.
That's it. Take two more. We'll take two more. We'll do this,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
maybe we could hit
This
another
one
lotto
will
or
be-
something after.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm still play, by the way.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, my daughter gets pissed at me because I said, got to do my lottery because I do them for the month. She
Uh-huh.
goes, what do you think? I have time for this? I'm going to get sick because oh, please.
One more
Oh,
short story.
man.
One more short story before we go.
Do
Grandma
it.
won $9 million, so we know she's lucky.
Uh-huh.
On her deathbed, she's got the mask on.
She was on the, whatever that CPAP machine.
So an
Yeah.
said, "Grandma, I need numbers. I need 7 numbers." And she's like,
6, you idiot.
6 years.
That's how much he plays.
7,
Yeah. Oh,
21.
I wanted to kill him. I'm going, I can't believe you're asking my mother for numbers. She's dying here. You know.
I hope you still play those numbers. I'd be playing
I
those
do.
numbers.
Day. Every,
I do,
she's,
yeah.
every, the numbers are in all. Those are
Yeah.
family numbers. We don't give them out.
Oh, nope.
Grandma, she's been playing them for years.
Yep.
That's great.
You know?
That is great.
Never
I
know.
love it. Never
Never
know.
know.
I never
When I
know.
got the number, when I turned around and everybody was like,
I was going to choke him. Go ahead.
You're like, Elaine, get a pen. You got to write this down.
Oh,
Like,
well, I did. That's the funny part. I did.
there you go. That's the personality.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
So anyway, on that note, love all you guys. It was great talking to you, Tom. And Tony and Edgar, miss you guys.
Yes.
And hope to see you all soon.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys
Okay.
soon, and we're going to have you back on soon because everybody definitely wants to hear from you. Thank you
Okay.
guys. Thank
Send
you.
me that link for Thursday. Or
I promise you I will. I'm going to get it over to you tomorrow, 100%. And thank everybody for
Perfect.
tuning in out
Okay.
there. We will
Okay.
see everyone soon. Love yous. We're going to sign out.
Good night.